Guys, welcome back to the Love Heals podcast. Stories and strategies from founders, healers, and innovators redefining how we care for ourselves and care for each other. Today we have...
We start. We like.
Liam, just roll it.
All of this is called Love Heals.
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 Love heals. Love heals.
No one should have to walk through hardship alone.
Quick thank you to our season 2 sponsor, Christine Avery, with
Thanks.
Realty One Group Leading Edge. If you guys are looking to buy or sell or downsize a home in Lynchburg or Richmond, Virginia, Christine is your girl. Thank you so much, Christine.
Yeah, Christine.
Love you, lady. This is Courtney's friend, Marcus. He's both of our friends.
Now.
Wow.
Now, what? Wait a minute.
That's fair.
That is fair.
Intro.
Yeah. Maybe
That's
work on a
fair.
better intro for Marcus.
Guys, today we have... Gosh, this
It's
is going to be
fine.
hard for me.
I'm Marcus.
I
Pleased to
don't
meet
actually
you.
know your last name.
Johnson.
Do you really? Yeah.
No, I really
Maybe
don't.
I am just Courtney's
He's-
friend.
In my phone, you are Marcus, Courtney's friend. And she never told me your last name.
Well-
So
My picture is your cat.
Eleanor.
Yeah.
I changed it to a very close-up, very good quality photo of her. You're going to love
Thanks.
it. You're
Yeah.
welcome. I thought you would appreciate
He has
it.
the same last name as Train.
Yeah. As
Maybe you guys are
most
cousins.
people in America.
Is it?
That is a pretty standard last name.
Yeah.
Is it?
Standard.
Sorry to bet your standard.
John Smith.
Thanks.
Yeah. it's okay.
Marcus isn't as
Thanks.
standard, though. Yeah.
Most people call you Mark.
No one's called me that.
I was like, ew, do they? It kind of got yucked out. I was like,
One's ever.
ew.
No.
Call me that.
Although it
Mark.
was called Marku.
Marku?
Yeah, when I went
Hey,
to
that's worse.
Chick-fil-A and they
When you went to Chick-fil-A?
yeah, on the box it
Okay.
said Marku. And I thought that
Oh.
was your guess?
Yeah.
No, it was a Marcu. And so the person, as they were writing the name down, probably looked back and was like, oh, I missed what he said. It's probably Marku.
Probably Mark.
Right?
It's probably
Yeah.
Marku.
I mean, he was really close. He's just missing the S.
He was super close.
Yeah, but you know what makes more sense? Marcus.
I mean,
It's fine.
it's hard to find good talent.
It's fine. It's not even like an accent thing. Like, he just dropped the S.
This was like, that's close enough. Maybe he was
One of those
busy.
weird
Yeah, he
names
ran out
they
of
have
time.
over there in England.
Marku. I could hear it. I could hear it in
I
your
got
accent.
Marku before I got Mark.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
We can fix that.
Do they have a lot of nicknames in the UK, or are you guys just going to go standard what your name is?
My name doesn't lend itself well to nicknames.
Mark?
Well, I played basketball, so I was MJ. It's a bit generous.
That is.
That is...
Michael Jordan.
You know
Wasn't that
what?
good.
You know what's crazy? Anthony Train Johnson, our good friend.
Yeah.
He has a cousin named MJ.
Oh,
His name's Michael Jackson.
His name is actually
And
Michael
you're Marcus
Jackson.
Johnson. And collectively, you're MJs.
yeah. But my name comes with less pressure.
Yeah. You don't
Lot
have to,
less
like
pressure.
sing
Jesus.
I don't think MJ sings.
Michael Jackson.
No, the real Michael Jackson sang.
Michael Jackson's dead.
R.I.P. I am down such a Michael Jackson rabbit trail on my social media right now. It's the only feed.
Why is it on your feed now?
Oh, I think I watched a video and it was him saying like,
I love to
they're going to kill me. Oh my gosh. Wait. Yeah, there's one clip. I'll show it to you later, but he says,
Liam, good luck with all this.
sorry, Liam. Liam, actually,
So
if you can
sorry.
insert the clip here after I talk about it, that would, thank you. So go ahead and put that here. He says, he's like, I hate to tour. I go through hell touring. I can't sleep. I hate touring. And they're like, Michael, for the sake of the interview, can you talk about how much you love the tour? And he was like, but I don't. And they were like, I know, but just do it. And he goes, okay, is the camera rolling? And then he looks dead in the camera and he goes, I love to tour. It's just like, it's really funny because you hear him just say how much he hates it.
I go through
What is it setting
hell.
up though? I don't know.
I go through hell
the whole
touring.
behind thing I love
Okay, then
about touring is that
I'll make it positive then.
yeah, it's just don't.
For you know the truth.
Yeah. And action, Michael.
I love to tour.
Yeah.
I go
then he
through
just-
hell touring.
I go through hell touring. When we did our tour last year, I kept quoting that. It was honestly my favorite thing
love
to
to
quote.
tour.
Wait, the documentary is about the tour last year? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, our friend Liam, who will have to figure out how to edit this.
Yeah.
He filmed us for 4 days on the road while we did 4 shows.
How was that?
It was so great.
Yeah. Why? And how?
See, he's trying to interview us on our podcast.
I know. Wait a minute. Hold on.
What is
hold
this
on,
about?
Hold on. Marcus
Sorry.
We
Johnson.
can't help
This
it.
happened last time I was a guest. That's why I've not been
Like,
asked
what-
back onto
what-
my friend's
What
show.
about you? Interrogation.
I feel like you'll be impressed by Courtney's interview skills. I feel like she's a very good interviewer.
I could see that.
Yeah,
We'll see. I don't
very
know.
good interviewer.
He's probably better.
We have an
It'd be-
interview off. We just asking questions.
I was going
of
to
each
say,
other.
what if we
No
never
answers.
answer and only ask questions?
I'm gonna freak out.
What's your
try.
favorite color?
What band are you into?
Who did you vote for in the 2020 election?
Liam.
Me. I was trying to run.
Me.
I wrote
I
myself.
voted.
I was trying to run.
Were you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But remember, I said that my platform would be, I'd give everyone free peanut butter. Pickles was the other thing that every American likes.
Yes.
People in America do like pickles. I guess they like peanut butter. That one's a new one for me. I just didn't know if that was. I didn't know.
Do you
that
like
was
pickles?
as universal.
Yeah, I like pickles. I get into them. I'll open a jar here and there.
It's not the most comprehensive platform that I'm running on, but
No.
I feel like it,
But people yearn for simplicity. I feel.
yeah.
Yeah.
If the message is simple, they'll believe you.
Yeah.
And your message couldn't be any simpler. Like,
Nailed that.
it really doesn't require much
Pickles
thought.
and peanut butter. You know?
Yeah.
A vote for Marcus is a vote for that's it.
There's a vote for pickles.
Vote for
Pickles and
pickles.
peanut butter.
Yeah.
Pickles for everyone. Very not nutrient dense.
I know.
That's
Light
it.
But they
snack.
can come
Yeah.
in a bag,
They
apparently.
come in a.
They can come in a bag.
a jar.
Convenient little bag.
There's so many options.
Yeah.
Where do I, should I be looking? Which way do I look?
You can just talk to us.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Marcus, who are you? Tell us a little bit about who you are. Introduce yourself.
Who am oh gosh. Marcus Johnson.
We covered that
Sure.
one.
Yeah. Who am I?
Yeah.
I'm having an identity crisis. I don't know
This
who I
is
am.
actually
right?
kind of great. I
Has
don't
no
know.
one ever asked you that?
Who am I? I don't think so. No, no one's ever asked who are you, unless you've just broken into someone's home. That's the only time someone would be like, who are you?
Right now, like, I still don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure that out.
Holding a gun, like, oh gosh.
Who am I?
So existential.
That's funny. Who am I? Let's give him some space to process.
Yeah. Should we look away?
You turn back, I'm just crying. Okay, so I don't know. I'm a person from England.
Okay.
What?
Yep. And I now live in America. Did that answer your question?
Did that answer your question of who you are?
Do you feel confident in that
Yeah,
answer?
it's
No.
less existential.
No, I feel totally insecure.
Yeah. Have I done enough with my life? That's my answer.
Well, okay. How about I help? Let me know.
Get in there, Courtney.
Okay, here I come.
Okay.
Okay. What do you do professionally?
Okay. Yeah.
There we go. You
so
can do it.
I think I have a job.
I'm pretty sure I have.
Gosh, it's getting
What have you
worse.
done to me?
I don't know.
So I I work for a research company, and that research company does research on how we spend our time online and our money too. We spend a lot of it, both things, and the company looks into all of those things, and I host their podcast. Well, I'm technically the director of podcasts for them, and I host a couple and produce them all.
Produce all. It's 3 of them, right?
Yes.
Okay, you produced 3 of them. How long have you been doing that for?
Oh gosh. Probably 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
What were you doing before that?
I worked at the company as an analyst.
An
And then
Oh.
So I did that for a couple of years, and then me and a friend were like, we should have a podcast.
Mm-hmm. And you pitched it to them, and they were like, "Sure."
No, ish.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't, it was that straightforward, but also it wasn't. So, we had this idea separately in different places. One of our friends had heard of our idea separately and told us to talk to each other. Mm-hmm. So we got chatting, and then 6 months after that, he left to go work at Spotify. So I was like, oh, okay, just
That's
me then.
cool.
And we pitched it, to the board. We got some time in the meeting. We pitched it to the board, the CEO. who was an incredible person. And one of the main reasons he was incredible is because he gave people a chance to try stuff,
Yeah.
which I think is not something we really do much. We don't really experiment personally or professionally anymore. Give ourselves a chance to try something, and fail's not even the right word, but maybe have it not work out and try something else. And he gave us that chance. It gave the podcast a chance to breathe. So yeah, leaned back in his chair as he did, looked over and said, try, give it a try. So yeah, so kind of that's how it started.
That's crazy. How long ago was that? That was 8 years.
Yeah. But it
years
took a
ago.
long time to get it off the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So did you feel any pressure to get it going, or did it feel like you had the support you needed to make it happen?
At the time, I knew I really wanted to do it and that it should be a thing for a bunch of different reasons, but I didn't have any real ambition in terms of it actually being a thing. I think that's actually one of the most beautiful things about that, or things that people pursue, is you do it because you want to do it and you believe in it, and you're not thinking about, this needs money behind it or to get sponsored, or this needs to, you just do it. And hopefully, something good will come out of it. You just focus on every day putting in the work. And so, yeah, in the beginning, it was me working as an analyst still from whatever in the morning until like 6, 7 o'clock at night. And then after that, I would go up to the storage closet and with very basic equipment kind of taped together and
awesome.
work on a podcast until like 2 in the morning, and then would go home, sleep for a few hours and come back. And I did that 7 days a week for 2 years.
For 2 years?
And then,
wow.
eventually someone was like, we'd like to sponsor it. And then the CEO was like, would you like to do this full time?
Whoa.
And so
That's so cool.
I started doing
So
it.
did you have the idea for the other 2, or did those just kind of come out of the company as well and you adopted them kind of?
So we started with that one, and then the other 2, we just we had some different types of content we wanted to cover. And so, we've had a few different shows that have come and gone for different reasons. People have come to the company and left. They were the host of those shows, or the content made sense for a certain time and not now. But it's been a lot of different iterations. We used to be a daily show, not anymore. So
That's a lot.
it's been through a bunch of different changes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, you had a full-time job and were working on a podcast semi-full-time in the after hours.
Yes.
Not paid.
No.
Pursuing passion.
Yes.
To just try.
Yes.
For 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it was wild. I remember there was, one of the days after it got sponsored, like a day or 2 after that, I came outside. It's the first time I'd been outside when like the sun was up.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. Yeah, thinking back on it. But it was a lot of other people who helped as well along the way. So it's, a lot of time when we get credit for how the podcast is going, I'm like the person, just because I was the mad man who decided to try it. But there's so many people who help out with all of the things.
Yeah.
And so, Danny was there in the beginning, teaching me how to edit and helping out with all the equipment, the IT team. Every day I was bothering them about this has gone wrong in the studio or that. Different bosses along the way that have helped kind of shield and protect it, because there's always questions about like, why isn't it making money? Why is he messing around with this thing? And so, people from the company being on it. So it's always such a collaborative effort. But in the beginning it was a lot. And then, trying to maintain a relationship, trying to be a friend to people. It was, it's a lot to juggle.
That was
Why didn't you quit?
Which job?
Either.
Do you mean stop trying?
Yeah, like why didn't you quit the podcast?
I think I just believed in it too much. And that seems probably a little bit too profound for a podcast. But the reason it started was because
Don't flatter yourself.
Yeah.
I just had to keep
Calm
going.
down.
I'm just a hard worker.
I'm inspiring.
But no, the reason it started was because I felt like, So I was on the forecasting team, and what that means basically is we're trying to predict the future. We're trying to figure out in 5 years' time how many people are going to be using Instagram versus like what social media platform is going to be the most popular one, you know, or you know, which AI, which LLM are people going to be using the most in a couple of years' time. We're trying to basically figure out what's going on down the road, and so it's a fascinating team to be on, trying to predict the future, because you just basically have to like learn a ton of as much as is humanly possible, put it into models, and then kind of, yeah, it's kind of exciting to predict the future with anything. And anyway, we were having these really fascinating discussions in the meetings, and then about whatever it would be, and then all that conversation kind of disappeared into the ether, and then we came down to just the one number that we would publish, and that was it. Like we were always just trying to get to a certain number, and I was like, why are these conversations disappearing? Like there's so that's 90%, most of it are these really interesting conversations from these really interesting people, but all the clients were saying was, here's the number, and that's why it's called what it's called. I nearly accidentally almost said it, but I'm not trying to plug it.
You are welcome to plug it.
No.
I'm going to put it in the description probably when we launch our, unless I'm not supposed to.
No, you can.
It's secret.
Yeah, but that's, you guys know the name of it. And so I think that's what, we're trying to dig a little deeper. And so that's why I wanted to start it, because I was like, these people who have these voices and really interesting, some of the smartest people, I've been able to talk to, we should get that in front of people. And so that's why it kind of mattered to me a lot. Especially as a research company, research companies, you go to any research company's website, it couldn't be more boring. And so I really wanted to like humanize the brand.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
How did this one start? Why did I did this one?
That's the same thing, isn't it? I mean, this exact podcast is a little bit different, but it's the same thing.
Is that in front of your face?
I don't know.
Sorry,
about now?
That's probably
It
good.
might have been, and that's okay. Because we just do what we want, Marcus. Okay.
Don't get mad at him.
It's stressful, but I'm living in it.
Stressful, but here we
You
are.
get used to it. You kind of equalize in
Thank
it.
you for cleaning up her desktop. Please.
Oh yeah, you're
I
welcome.
feel
You
so
saw
much
it before
better.
I cleaned it up.
Yeah.
I felt so much better. It took me like 2 minutes.
Yeah, now I don't know where
Sorry.
anything is.
I labeled them all incredibly clearly.
Yeah.
Lost.
She asked me earlier, she said, what is this? I said, it's a folder.
I need it
put
to all say
everything-
screenshot
put
1,
everything
screenshot
in
2, screenshot
2
3.
folders. By the way.
Yeah.
Screenshots and important papers. That's all you had on there. And I put screenshots like not even in the line of all the folders. I put it over here so you could like see it.
Thank you.
So how'd our
Sorry,
podcast
Tori.
start?
How did our podcast start? No, the idea came from a similar thing of like, we get to meet really cool people all the time. And we have conversations all the time that people don't think about because they see nonprofit and they think helping people, whatever, serving the needy. But you don't see the marketing conversations around building brands or story arcing. They don't see how you talk about development and building relationships, communication styles that we have to learn, or leadership and how to facilitate teams, or how to do events, how to coordinate artists and all these people together. And then what's their world like? Like, what is the artistry world like? And what does it mean when an artist can use their talent to help someone who's sick? Or what does it look like through a recipient's perspective? Or what about venues? Or what about sponsors and businesses? So we are constantly talking to, all sorts of people about all sorts of things. So we're like, we need to just publicize conversations. So bringing on doctors that we talk to, or people running for Congress who are passionate about people being healthy and what does their world look like. So just introducing people to our world is what we wanted to do.
And having real conversations. That's what's the thing about podcasts. It's a weird, like the name comes from where it comes from, like the iPod and broadcast and all the rest of it. And it seems kind of this niche thing. Everyone has a podcast, and it's not. I don't know. It's such an interesting medium, because really, if you push this microphone away and take these headphones off, we're just talking, and people don't do that. That much anymore. And if they do, they're not talking about things that matter or real things. And I think podcasts, that's what they are. You're able to have like a real conversation, which sounds so ridiculous that we would need all this equipment and stuff to be able to do that, but we kind of do.
Yeah, it's a lost art.
Yeah.
But we don't have actual sit down conversations and ask people how they're doing and then actually listen, because in a podcast, you're not on your phone.
Listening is,
Yeah. Like you're not going to answer a question and I pull out my phone and like be like, yeah, I'm listening. Cause I would look like a jerk, honestly. Like it forces you to be intentional in a conversation, which is honestly something I haven't thought about in the lens of a podcast, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So should have started with this, but I met Marcus.
I was gonna circle back there at some point.
We're gonna insert it right in the middle here.
He just walked in while we were setting up today.
Outside and from outside. No, I met Marcus. So fun fact, I saw, well, you already know this, but I'd seen you walking down Church Street with some random people. Yeah. And I like clocked you because I was like, oh, he looks like my friend from high school. And that was it.
That is why.
I like that. I clocked your face because I was like, oh, you look familiar. So then when the next day you were in my yoga class right next to me, I was like, this is so random, but were you walking down Church Street with 2 other people around 3:00 yesterday? And you were like,
I was following you in a video.
Yeah.
It did cross my mind. Yeah.
So specific.
It was very specific.
Yeah. And you were like, I sure was. And that was the end of that. So that is how we met. And now you're on our podcast.
Yep.
Would you have thought that was going to happen based off that conversation?
Well, we're friends. It was not like that happened and then
I never saw you again.
Yeah.
You're right.
Just podcast.
Right. Yeah.
Did I think, no, because people don't do that anymore, which is tragic.
It is kind of tragic.
Yeah. People, they're always, and I can kind of understand why in certain circumstances, but people that I think are apprehensive to say hi to people.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked about a lot of times, it's like so hard to make friends as adults. But when you're in the 2nd grade, like I remember like telling this girl, I was like, oh, I like your jean jacket. And she was like, I like your jean skirt. Let's be friends. And then you're just like friends with that person. And now you're like, do you want to hang out with us?
Yeah.
And then people are like, no, I'm busy, which it makes me be like, okay, we shouldn't ask them ever again. They're busy and they hate us. Yeah. It's just hard to.
People have a lot of boundaries too. I don't know if because you are America, but you also are in England. I don't know what all the culture. You're going around to a lot of cultures.
You are America.
You are America, but you're also the whole continent of Europe. And
that's why I had this identity crisis.
And that's why you probably didn't know who you were, because you're like,
how would you know when there's all that going on?
That's a lot to expect from you, actually.
From Earth. Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
different, I guess, lots of,
Wait, what was your question in that?
My question was, well, it's not really a question, it's more of like a statement, but like culturally here, it feels intrusive to maybe, like we just don't invite people into our spaces. Like if you're at your kid's basketball game, it's like not natural to invite it's not common. I think it should be, but it's not common to invite your friends to come watch your kid's basketball game with you. Like that's this outing, or it's not natural to say, let's all go grocery shop, or it's not natural to say, why don't we go do whatever? You see what I'm saying? But Marcus got to experience the joy of me grocery shopping. Yeah. It's a true
it just
joy.
Made me so happy. I just like seeing people happy in their element.
In their element.
Being themselves and just like unapologetically and just love, like, and it's just, it's so refreshing to see someone be themselves and and just I think it's good to appreciate people for who they are. That was, I think, a good example. Culture. You make a good point though. Back across the pond, when I lived in London, people invited folks to their homes all the time, and it doesn't really happen that much here. Which is a shame. Is that here Lynchburg or here in the other places that you live as well?
Which is Chicago, right? And
because I went from London to New York, and so seeing like there's both cities of similar, very, very, very similar size, a lot of similarities, a ton of differences. But one of the things I noticed the most was, we like back in England, people would host. Back in London, we would host all the time, or you'd go around to people's places and host. And it's not just who cares? We're eating food. It's the setting matters, because when you're in a setting without all the background noise, you're sat with someone at a dinner party, you're much more likely to make a friend or have a real conversation than you are if you're screaming at someone in a restaurant.
100%. Gets you in a person's personal environment and creates more comfortability. yeah, that's a shame that we lost that skill over here in Western culture. I wonder if it's our like high performing culture or like our busyness culture.
Well, I think that goes back to, and you've talked about this, I don't know if you talked about it on the podcast, but in general, we've talked about work-life balance, I think is because like in the States, we push such this high performance like mindset and like climbing the ladder and getting the house and the white picket fence and the family and the things. And then because we're pushed into that high performance expectation, then by default, we also lean into the work-life balance. And that really cuts off, because that's where you meet people is at work. And then you cut them off from the life because you're doing work is over here and life is over here.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's very heavy over here. Work life. I have a work life balance. So if you fall into the work category, you're here. And if you're in the life category, you're here. And I don't do that. And I've been told that that's bad. But I'm learning that whatever. I don't, it's how I operate. So to me, who I work with, I want to be friends with who I work with.
Yeah. We've had
Novel thought. I don't know why. Like,
well, we've had a lot of pushback because we mesh our work and our life a lot. Like not an insane amount of people saying it, but I think we've both had comments from people being like, well, I don't know if it's healthy that you guys are hanging out and working together. I don't know if it's good that you guys are friends. And well, us and like Train. So like we work with Train, but we're friends with Train. Honestly, anyone that we work with, we're like the band we're working with on Friday, we're friends with. Any nonprofit leaders that we've like worked with in certain spaces, we're getting coffee with someone on Thursday just to hang out with her. But she's a work connection.
We just want to be friends with the people that we work with naturally.
Yeah, having a good relationship with people, I think it's good. In the States, though, you guys, there's such a heavy emphasis placed on working as much as humanly possible that I think it maybe is harder to separate the two. Like, back, which I didn't realize was going to be. I kind of got it because my dad's American, and so I saw how much like his work ethic and how much emphasis or value he placed on work. My mum's not, she's English. And so, you know, I've been able to see both sides of that culturally. But yeah, I think that you guys work too much. Like you guys probably do. But people over here in general, like the work-life balance, it's life's, like in Italy, they have like 35 days a year vacation. And
crazy.
Just like, and so to come here, like when I started working in London, I got more vacation day one of a job out of college than my aunt who worked in New York for 20 years did for a big architect firm. And she'd worked her way up to like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and I came out of the gate with like 22 days and
That's
crazy. And so I do think there's too much of an emphasis placed on work and people are treated a certain way if they don't have a job and they're not working hard enough. And I think that's something across the pond that ain't perfect. But one thing they do have figured out is taking time to chill. And enjoy your life.
Exist.
And like working to live versus living to work.
100%. I think with the work-life balance thing here, we just know a lot of people who put people into boxes and categories. I am a little more fluid. Like midday, I might stop and have a conversation with somebody and not have to stay so on the clock. You've already seen it. But then I might be at work at 8:00 at night in my car answering emails. Like there's a whole bunch. And to me, that works for me. It doesn't have to work for everybody. But what I've seen is a lot of rigidity around people where they just won't let their pots mix together. It has to remain separate. Yeah. And I think that causes a lot of isolation and loneliness in people because if it doesn't fit within this framework that I've decided it has to fit into, then I won't let it into my life. And that causes, to me, isolation.
Well, yeah. And then you cut yourself off from people that you can like talk to when you're having work issues because like you can't talk to them because they're a Saturday brunch person. So they stay over here and it just really limits on how you can connect with people, which I feel like is what you just said.
I think this is fascinating because I feel like we have similar work-life balances or similar work styles and it's not conventional like 9 to 5 and then you go home. But what I've been fascinating with is this world we live in post-pandemic where that was the model for everybody. And then the pandemic like shattered that. And I think people, and this kind of goes back to even what we were talking about with regards to speaking to people and saying hi, is the rule book got thrown completely out the window, and that was quite unsettling for a lot of people because they were told 9 to 5, and then afterwards you might go for a drink.
That's
with
your
people.
life. Yeah.
Yeah. And now you can kind of, it's a buffet. You get to pick and choose what you want. And I don't think people do well with the kind of that level of disruption. And it's been interesting to see how we kind of put out those pieces of our life back together, or building blocks back together in terms of what we want our life to look like. Some people have gone back to 9 to 5, but that world pre-pandemic is almost impossible to go back to. And the same way with talking to people is we stopped talking to people and kind of forgot how to talk to people. And it's just interesting how pandemic feels like it was, a million years ago, but it was also just a couple of years ago, and people kind of emerging back into the world and relearning how to work, what that looks like to them now that it's been shaken up,
Disrupted,
or how to talk to people. Yeah, I found that quite interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. The pre-pandemic world versus post is very different.
Yeah.
And in a way, I've never had a normal job. I've always been like, I was bartender. I've just never had the like standard 9 to 5, but I like the idea of an office. I like the idea of culture, but I don't like it at the expense of freedom to, like the idea of keeping people on a clock for 40 hours a week just because they have to be. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. What makes sense to me is get this project done. Yeah. We need this task accomplished over the course of the next 6 months. Make it happen. Yeah. I don't love, you better clock in, or you have to be on the clock by 9 o'clock. You get 30 minutes of lunch. That's not the best way for humans to even function, because some people work better at night.
Yes.
Some people work better at 5 a.m. So why are we trying to cookie cutter people's productivity into a standard
and then wonder why they're miserable and burning out? Like, everyone's burning out.
It's one of those things where you do it because we do it because we've always done it that way. It's similar to there's a lot of things that happen by accident. We keep, like American healthcare, like it happens by accident that that Americans get their insurance through companies. That wasn't something that people sat down and said, what's the best thing to do? It was a product of the war. And the fact that they were trying to get the best labor for their company, and they weren't allowed to continue to increase the prices, the salaries that they offered. And so instead they would offer the perk of, we'll give you free healthcare, we'll give you healthcare with the company. And so my point being that things happen accidentally, and then 60, 70, 80 years later, we're still doing them. And no one sits down to be like, is this the right way of doing things? And for you to even have the thought of that, does this, I think, is what a lot of people I know could benefit from doing, is sitting down and auditing life in general and saying, does this work for me? This is how I want it to be.
Right. Your time. Yeah. So how do you, I'm curious on that note of your life being a little bit more of a smorgasbord as far as how much you can pick from here and there and do, how do you maintain do you ever feel isolated in your job, or do you feel like you are able to build in enough culture, if you will, company culture, company relationships to kind of feel connected and not like you're a free floating agent in the world?
I lived in, when I moved to the States, I lived in New York for 7 years, and my, it was go to the office, like a lot of other people. And then after the pandemic, they offered a lot of people to go remote, and I took that opportunity. And so I spent a year after that basically just test driving different cities for different reasons. I picked a bunch of ones that I wanted to try and test drive, and then found a couple that fit really well for different reasons. And now my year is basically, I live in 4 different places, one for each season, as I avoid the bad weather at all costs. And so, I kind of cycle between those 4.
You want to share what those 4 are?
Oh, I can, yeah.
And where you live, like location wise, so people can stalk you.
Address?
Yeah, address.
Your exact address. If you can drop your social security number too.
Yep.
I would, but I don't want Sarah to know where I live, because she's trying to make me eat at a restaurant that's going to give me food
I'm
poisoning.
going to take him to Stadium, and I've only gotten food poisoning there twice out of like 15 times that I've gone.
That's too
and to
high.
me, those numbers are fine.
It's perfectly fine.
Shockingly high hit rate. Austin in the winter in Texas. Here, Lynchburg in the spring. Back to Europe, kind of split between England and France for the summers, and then Chicago in the fall.
Wonderful. Okay, now you can answer her question.
It's different, but I think you can make it work. If there was an office in Chicago, I would go in because I think it's important to be around people. But if you're not around people by default, vis-a-vis you have to go into a place, then you just have to kind of build that into your life. So I think, when I was in the office, I thought the community of the office and was really important. Like, I was on like the softball team and the basketball team, and I started the volunteer program. Like, I thought that all the community things that you could do were important. But now not having that, I just make sure that I do things that keep me social. So I've been able to make it work. And you have to be more intentional when it's not. And that's kind of what I was talking about before, is it's easier, I think, for people to withdraw and become more isolated than they have before, because if you don't have that commute the same way you used to, the commute was pain in the ass, but at the same time, it forced you to go into the city or forced you to go to work. And then, or I'm already at work, I might as well go shopping over here. I might as well get dinner with this person over there. And so, it does make you have to be more intentional about it, but it's very possible.
So what are your like top 2 strategies or tactics that you use to make sure that happens, that you remain intentional?
That's a good question. I think not. It's kind of counterintuitive, but not taking the easy route. Like drive-through. It was easier to just be in the drive-through, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to get out of your car and walk into a place if you can just go through the drive-through. But there's value in doing it. Or like when I'm in Chicago, I never get takeout because there's so many things. I feel like there's you can do stuff, but every time you do something, you're missing out on other things. And so I think that convenience is a fine line between convenient and lazy. And I think that for me, the value of not going to get takeout, ordering takeout in, and me going to like pick it up, is that I get outside from fresh air. I get on my bike, so I get a bit of exercise. I get to see a person or people. I get to, even the person who's like the other side of the counter, I get to say hi to them, share a joke, a smile, something. And so, all that to say, just be out in the world and don't take the path of least resistance just because it's quicker. So that's one thing. And then strategies to make sure that I think planning. Again, some things happen just because they happen, and look, my lifestyle, it seems like it's just like I'm, this like free spirit who just kind of wanders the earth. But I plan a lot out. So when I get to a place, like I make sure that there are like coffee shops I go to be social. Like I have my routine and like yoga classes or studios I go to, and things that I'll plug myself into. So and I think having it laid out, not and making room for serendipity. But I think again, being intentional. I think a lot of it just comes down to being intentional with everything, whether that's questioning, why am I doing this? I think that's probably the key.
I love that.
Yeah.
I really love the first thing you said, and it reminds me of something we've been talking about. So I'll tie it all in and get your perspective. Quicker is not better. So here's the thing. Love Heals organization, nonprofit. A lot of the times we wrestle with like, you could just as easily build a GoFundMe page, share it, donate, done. It's that easy. Why put together a concert? Why coordinate all these extra pieces? Why add in a storytelling piece? Why draw people out of their comfort zone? Why make it harder? And that's what I've been asking myself. Like, are we really needed? And we just took a quick trip down to Charleston to get a change of scenery for a few days. And just talking about the idea of whimsy and the idea of what does it mean to make caring inconvenient? Like, I could care for you by sending you money, or I could care for you by inviting you to my home and making you a meal. It might be the same amount of money to pay for the ingredients versus what you send, but it's the extra time that it takes that means so much more. And then you think about what really builds a life. Is it what you're talking about? Like, everything's convenient. I go through the drive-through, I put my mobile order in, and I don't have to talk to anybody. I can go pick up my coffee. Is that really what makes life a life, or is life all the unnecessary things? And when I started looking at even like the landscape of Charleston, have you been there before? Charleston, South Carolina. It's just like Old Town, so gorgeous, and it has so many things that's like that wasn't necessary.
Yeah, I was looking at like so a lot of their porches there have these like side doors that are like incredibly decorative, but you just open the door and you're just on their front porch. So it's like a complete, I was talking to her and I was like, I love that they have these doors because they're so unnecessary. Like they're unnecessary.
Nowhere.
You just walk around the corner and you're on their porch anyways. So they just have a railing. Like the doors themselves are so unnecessary, but it really makes the home and the entranceway and the porch feel like its own special little space. And there's so many things, especially in the areas we were walking around in Charleston, that are completely unnecessary, but they're eye-catching and that make you stop and that make you actually like enjoy the space. None of them necessary. All of them time-consuming to create.
Super time-consuming. That's the other thing. It's like, so when you look around at the world, it's actually like things that make life worth living are unnecessary. Like if you just need to function, you just need a house. But like, what makes it whimsical? What makes you feel human?
Well, and like people hate, or not hate. A lot of people are like, stop getting a coffee once a week and you'll save X amount of money. But like I've talked to her a lot about, if I'm having some kind of day, or like going to get a coffee is not necessary, but it gets you out talking to people. Yeah. And it's like makes you happy for 5 minutes, and it like, I don't know, it gets you out of your head. And I think that's, again, not necessary, but worth
it's what it represents.
Time.
It's not about the coffee. It's not about the microphone. It's about the conversation. It's about you having a moment to like see people in the world, reset. Yeah. It's about nothing. And going back to what you were saying, nothing worth doing is easy. So I can't see why people would choose that option.
And yet they kind of do, right? Because we see it here all the time. Consumerism is just, how do I get my groceries delivered to me so I don't have to go to the store? And I'm not saying that that's bad. Maybe you're in a season of life where you can't. So it's a good service, but I've been a little bit almost disturbed by the monetization of humans hiding from one another. You know what I mean? Like, what?
It's balance. It's not, sometimes I might need to order, food in, and sometimes I might need to, get that thing on Amazon versus going to the store. Sometimes you do need the thing, but it's the balance of it, which I think we've kind of forgotten, because it is, because this obsession with it really taps into that like primitive brain of path of least resistance leads to survival. And so that's what we do because it feels easy. But having the balance, I always think about the worst punishment in the world for a human is to be isolated with a kid, whether you're a kid and you've been told to sit on the step because you've been bad, or whether you've been bad as an adult and you've gone to prison for a long time. It's the same thing as isolation. For some reason, we've decided to do this to ourselves without any.
True.
Yeah. So
we put ourselves in our own prison for some reason.
Basically, in timeout.
It's so strange. So of all the things, of all the things that you're getting, you're missing out on certain things. And so as easy as it is to, as opposed to going out, like if there are 10 different facets of your life and most of them involve being out in the world, if one of them is shopping, now I can do it online. I'm removing myself from the world a little bit. If one of them is eating out, and I can just get that delivered to me, I'm removing myself from the world. If one of them is going to the movies, I can just stream stuff, so I'm removing myself from the world. And there's so many dating, swipe instead. Like there's so many things where you're taking a step back from people, which doesn't seem like a big deal when it's one thing. When it's everything, it really adds up. And that's why you lead to people who feel, a lot more isolated. But they've done it to themselves, which is quite
sad,
heartbreaking.
Yeah. Sounds like we need to do life audits, kinda, and just say, where are we?
Yeah. Why am I doing
Where are
what
we
I'm doing?
outsourcing?
What would make me happier? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's hard too. I haven't got it all figured out at all. Like, but I think that, I know.
I'm shocked.
I don't even know why we had you on this now.
I thought you were coming in as a
I thought you were
guru.
going to give us answers.
So I don't have a home and I barely have a job. I don't know who I am. But I think, the audit, it's such a painfully boring financial word. But when you apply it to your own life, whether you're auditing a relationship you're in, whether you're auditing a place that you live, where you're auditing the things that you're doing, the friends that you have, it's good to just sit and reflect and be like, is this right? Does it still feel right? Why am I still doing this? Could I do things differently?
Yeah.
Don't grow numb.
Or like really, really, really appreciating all those minute things, which we talk about a lot as well in like the Love Heals space, but in a personal space when you're auditing, like relationships that are going well or things that are going well, like not taking them for granted and kind of like really sifting through the benefits and the tiny things that are in the good things that aren't giving you issues or aren't having to be audited, because we just kind of take them for granted and keep moving, and that's also removes us from those people that it's working with or whatever.
It's good to acknowledge and appreciate, and just because they've been there doesn't mean they always will. And so I think it's true, we do take things for granted as humans. I always think of life as there's 0 and there's 10, but there's also negative 10. And just because you're 0 doesn't mean that things are as bad as things could be way worse.
Right.
And so just because someone's in your life doesn't mean they have to be or will forever. And so trying to be, a bit more appreciative.
As you navigate changing homes and spaces, do you ever feel like you have to reinvent yourself each time? Or if so, I feel like I have to reinvent myself in Lynchburg just because people move or things shift. And I get tired of doing that. And not reinvent like me change, but just like...
In Chicago, I'm Australian.
Okay, that's exactly why I started laughing. Picture here. That's exactly why I started laughing, is because I just pictured Marcus just being like like Chicago Marcus, like rides a
Chicago
motorcycle.
Marcus is really cool.
Long
would-
beard,
He's in a
Australian.
You would love Chicago.
I don't know if I could love. I'd be probably terrified of Chicago Marcus. He's like, got a gun.
Oh, he's got a gun.
That's how I connect with people in Chicago. Chicago Marcus sounds terrifying.
I'm the same person, I think.
No. Right. So what I mean is you have to maybe not reinvent. Maybe the question is more like, you just have to start over.
Oh, I see.
Well, but like with every group, no matter what happens, you can be as confident in yourself as possible. Each person naturally brings out a different piece of you. So as your groups shift, or as the city shifts, or as the environment, like Lynchburg is a little more slow moving. I'm assuming Chicago is quite a bit faster than
I see what you
Lynchburg.
mean.
So the people change,
You
which
adjust.
automatically has to adjust. I'm not saying change your character or change like how you approach life.
It highlights different parts of who you are.
Right. And then maybe people move who would normally be there that aren't there. And you have to reintroduce yourself.
Yeah.
And put yourself back out there. And continuously doing that, I'm assuming you kind of have to do that a good bit, is continuously be willing to put yourself out. How are you maintaining stamina with that? Or does it naturally bring you joy? Because sometimes that can get a little tiring.
That's a great question. Well, I think what helps, it's going back to the audit thing, is at the beginning of every year, that's my circuit of places, but at the beginning of every year, I reevaluate that. So it's not that like, okay, this is what I do, and for the next 10 years, this is what I will do. It's this is at the end of every year going into the next one. This is where the planning part comes in as well. I think about where are the people that I care about the most. How can I be around them? That's why a big reason why I travel now is because the places that I told you about earlier, where some of the most important people are to me, or the most important people are to me in the world, at least most of them. And so, sometimes it's a little bit of time here and a little bit of more time there. And so it's very fluid. And I think that helps me to feel comfortable in the places that I'm going. And then, routine, I think, is also something that is hardest to maintain. That's been an important thing to learn is, and really hard thing to do is when you move around so much is, yes, you like going to this type of class, or yes, you like doing this type of thing. But when you move from place to place, making sure to maintain, it's like when you go on vacation, routine goes right out the window.
It does. And you feel awful.
Yeah. And that's why when people get home, they're like, oh, it's so nice to be home. What they really, sure, around, the comforts is get settled. And so, I think it's probably how I try to deal with it. But yeah, things do change. It is quite odd in the sense that when I get to a place, sometimes things are the same and the people are still there. But sometimes it's like when you see a kid grow up, and you're kind of astonished about how fast they've grown. It's because to you, nothing should have changed, right? Because you've not been around them. But then when you go back and you realize the world does keep moving and people's lives do keep changing, and so that is a bit of an adjustment. Is when I get back to a place, seeing how things have changed, and feeling. And you feel like a bit like you've missed out to a certain extent. But then if I didn't keep moving around, then there are people I wouldn't be able to see at all.
It's kind of like that trend that's going around where people are buying compounds and their friends are moving into them, not actual compounds, but like duplexes or apartment buildings. And they're like, what if we all lived here? But what you've done is actually super unique, really same level of intentional. But you said, I won't expect, this is what I'm hearing. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but you basically are making a statement with your life of, I will be the intentional one to be around the people I care about and not kind of wait for them to come to me is what I'm seeing. And I think that's really cool.
I've been trying, thank you. Yeah. I've been trying to covertly, sometimes not so covertly, get them to be in the same place. Chicago.
I'm working on it.
I realized that you've been pushing Chicago.
I haven't heard that before, but
you haven't? I clocked it.
Have you really not?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, gosh, I thought you were paying attention.
I just want that deep dish pizza.
I have family there.
I move around because I have to see all those people. And I lived in New York for a long time, so I didn't used to. But then I guess a lot of those people who have now moved were in that same place. I can't imagine not doing what I'm doing now. There's a time where I'll be in one place more, but the idea of being in that one place year round and not seeing, and part of this is not a lot of people have their parents and brother and sister who live across the pond. So that's part of it. And then also I think if you live in New York for a good period of your life, New York's very transitional. And so there's a chance that they're going to leave at some point and move to other places in the country. So ideally if all those people are in one place, then that would be handy.
You're like hurting them.
They won't do it. Yeah, it's not going well. I'd be a terrible
They keep
farmer.
moving further away from Chicago.
If I was a shepherd, it would be chaos.
It's like
sheep everywhere.
Smacking them with that stick. Get over here. Stop.
Farmer's like, what happened? I have no idea.
I was doing my best.
I was hitting them and they weren't
I don't even know where
moving.
the dog went.
I didn't get a dog assigned to me when I got here.
My excuse.
You did your best. That's all that matters. That's okay.
Did something like not happen to you, but is there a reason that you're this intentional, or is it just like how you're wired? Because like I'm wired where my friends to me are very important. Friends are family to me, and I've been that way since I was in like the second grade. Like, is that something that you just are wired with, or did something happen where it kicked you into that?
That's a fantastic question. Man, I don't know if I've been asked that before. About being intentional. Yeah, I think it's come from, I don't know if I told you guys this before, I might have, because it's one of the most important, not even really a story, but it's probably the reason that I am who I am. Maybe the most is because my granddad had a superpower where he could make you feel like you were the only person who existed on the planet Earth when he spoke to you. It was incredible. It was though when you were talking to him, everyone else just kind of disappeared and you were the most important thing. What you had to say, like every word you had to say mattered more than anything at all. He was never distracted. I don't even know he died when I was like relatively young, like a kid, but not crazy young. And so I don't know if I don't know if he knew it, that he had this ability, but I remember feeling that and it just felt like everything. That he was giving me such focused attention. And my mum has that superpower from him. And my mum's my favorite person in the world. And so I think I'm trying to do that for people. I'm trying to, give them that same feeling that I've been fortunate enough to experience from those two. So I think that translates, whether it's being intentional when listening to someone and asking questions or being in the moment and caring about them, like they matter more than anything in the world, because I feel like everyone deserves that. And it's not something we're able to feel very much anymore because people are so distracted, whether it's not being able to make plans in the first place, flaking, or being there but not being there. But I think that probably translates or carries into being intentional with other stuff. If you're going to be intentional in a conversation, why wouldn't you be intentional in the other things in your life? So that's a good question.
It's a good answer.
Thanks. Well, it's because of my granddad.
That's really cool. I've seen you do it from the very little that we got to know you a little bit last year, like a smidge, but then this year, Sarah didn't get to meet you because that's why you were my friend and not her friend.
What are you talking about? I met you.
Takes her a while.
20 minutes. People started a baseline of like, who are you? And then they really, once I'm locked in, I'm like super locked in.
Okay.
But it takes me a minute to like, I'm assessing.
I remember us. Nothing apparently.
No, I remember.
No,
I think
fine.
I was making fun of you. I was teasing you about something. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, that's still going.
Something.
So
Well,
at least I'm
fun.
consistent.
90% of our relationship.
Yeah.
It's fair. What do you expect from her?
Is that what she's like with
Look
you?
at her.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but once she locks in, really locked in.
Okay.
I'm a diehard.
All right.
So you're in now.
Yes. Am I? I'm Courtney's friend in your phone.
But that could change, or it might not.
Who knows?
I don't know.
I just want the cat.
Yeah,
That's
Marcus
why
is
I'm here.
obsessed with Eleanor.
It's the only reason I agreed to do this.
Is because we're going to give you Eleanor. Could you imagine? She would not travel well.
Oh
She
no,
would
she's
not.
terrified of the outside.
Terrible travel
I
companion.
know.
She's just so scared.
I would move here for her though. That's the relationship we have.
Wild.
Yeah.
Actually,
She does love
I'm
you,
not
I
a
think,
cat person.
actually.
But you can't just have a cat. Can you just have a cat?
You can have a cat. I mean, we just have
I
a
don't
cat.
know how to answer that. What do you mean?
Like it's okay I'm sorry, if there are guys out there who have cats, you just live alone and you have a cat. Do you know what I mean?
It makes perfect sense.
If you went to a guy's house and it was just like, oh, who's that? That's just my cat.
Yes,
and it was
that's
just
Steve.
living by themselves with a cat.
I think that's kind of cool.
Really?
I actually think I'm super
I'd be
about
on
it.
board.
It's one above serial killer.
I think
I
there's
like it better than
actually-
dog.
I do too. I think there's
Guy with dog?
Yes.
Guy with dog, stereotypical. Guy
It
with
is.
cat,
and I've seen a
nurturing
lot
person.
of single men. I've met a lot of single men who like get a dog because they're like, oh, I'm in an apartment, I'll get a dog, and then the dog is not trained. The house is a wreck.
Yeah, okay.
And I think I think getting a dog is like a fun concept, but people don't realize that dogs are like living creatures that you have to take care of and be present for. But I actually do think, speaking as someone who grew up a dog person, still very much loves dogs.
As a former dog.
as a former
As a
dog
former
person.
dog person. But now we have a cat. It's a very different kind of like respect that you have to have with a cat versus a dog. Because dogs, there's that unconditional love. I think cats is like a chosen love. Like truly, when you walked in and she like ran straight to you screaming, she does not do that to everyone. Like I do think she actually likes you.
Good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You feel good about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but most cats aren't that. They're terrible.
Right. That's why Eleanor came from the trash and she's perfect.
She came from the trash.
She did.
She is perfect. Single guy with cat, it's tough.
I like single guy with
life.
cat. You gotta wait. Here's what will happen. The universe will give you a cat when you're ready.
That is
I'm ready.
actually, I think it's true.
That's why I'm here. That's the only reason I agreed to be on this show.
I'm
No,
ready for
not
my
her,
I'm ready
not
for my
her.
cat. No, I mean
It's
the
a different
outside will
cat.
distribute one to you. It's called the cat distribution system.
I don't
is.
want another one.
Well,
You'll find your cat. It'll be out there.
if I die and Courtney dies and my
And
sister
I can
dies.
fight your sister.
Yeah, I told Juliana
Which
that Marcus.
won't go well
Honestly,
for me.
I don't
her.
think Juliana should have her. She has too many.
Yes.
I'm
Did you hear
very
that,
upset by
Juliana?
this.
Is that her name?
Yes, I would
Did she
leave him
watch?
to Marcus. Her to
She,
Marcus.
I'll send this to her. I'll tell her to
Okay.
watch this one.
I will leave her to Marcus
I
though.
don't mean to be so aggressive, but if I could please have the cat, I'd
She has
appreciate it.
too many. She has 4
She does have
already.
4.
She does not
She
need
said
5.
it.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
Marcus's.
Maybe a joint custody thing. We'll talk it out.
No,
You
she
could
won't
split
like
custody.
No.
Okay.
No, Eleanor needs one home.
Either
She's
way.
not a dual parent home, kind of getting all over the place. She won't handle that well.
No,
She's
she'd
unstable.
Get confused. Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways.
I'm glad this conversation did not go anywhere where I expected. This
What
was
were we
great.
supposed to talk about?
Well, it doesn't matter.
No notes.
What matters is
No
what
notes.
happened today.
It kind of follow. I love it. This is how I prefer to have conversations.
great.
Yeah, this is phenomenal.
So,
What did you want to talk about that we didn't cover?
our vision statement, Love Heals, no one should walk through hardship alone. What does that mean to you?
I think it means. Oh, what does it mean to me? My interpretation of that, or what do I think of when I hear that?
Both.
Both. Yeah, life's tough at the best of times to do by yourself, so you shouldn't have to do it alone. I can't. Yeah, it's incomprehensible to try to fathom what it would be like to try to figure things out when you're in the most desperate need. So, but I think I told you guys about this. There was a podcast I was on as a guest, and I was talking to my friend about love. And I think I said something to the effect of, love to me equals time. You spend your time, or you should spend your time, or where you spend your time should mean more than anything, because you don't have anything else to give to people. Like anything at all. You don't, money isn't real. It's real, but it's not, because
Money's not
it's got really conspiratorial. But it is, but you don't own it. You might have a car, or you may own furniture, or like whatever it is. You don't really own it. But your time is the one thing that you get, and it's finite and it runs out. And so I think, choosing it to spend it with people at the best of times, but choosing to spend it with people when they're really struggling, matters more than anything. And just being there. Because what was this? Give me the statement again.
No one should go through hardship alone.
Yeah. And it's hard to know what to do when people are going through hardship. But I feel like I've learned, at least for me, just be there. You don't really have to do anything.
Yeah.
You don't have to say a word. You have to say the perfect thing. There isn't a perfect thing to say a lot of the time, but just be next to them. And that means everything.
100%. We say presence matters. So even with the events that we do, it's like, come and donate if you can, but more importantly, come listen. Because when you listen, you allow space to hold someone's story, and that means the world, So anyway, thanks for coming out to our stuff while you've been here. Hope it has been.
Yeah, you've been to a lot of our shows.
Yeah.
Of course. Happy to support.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's rocking a Love Heals
Maybe.
friendship bracelet. I put mine back on because I felt left out.
Yeah.
Oh, when we were Power Rangers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like,
You were the Power Ranger.
And you were
Yeah.
like, why am I not wearing?
We all had them, and we were like, Love Heels.
Everyone was
And
wearing them.
She couldn't, and it felt like when the Power Rangers are all like, Power Rangers, but one of them's not wearing
And
the
it was like,
costume.
womp,
Yeah,
and
she's
everyone's
just a
the
girl.
camera
It's
zoomed
just
into
a
them, and
girl.
they're like, my stuff's in the car.
just a girl.
No
my
superpowers.
suit's in the car.
My suit's in the car.
That's all right. Evil
That
can
sucks.
wait.
Evil can
People
Apparently.
must wait.
It's
My
not
suit
waiting
is
though.
in the car.
It's not. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Was there
Yeah.
anything you would want other people to know that we didn't cover? Any last words?
No, this
Thoughts
is
of wisdom.
the most I've spoke, I think, maybe ever. I feel wildly uncomfortable.
Wonderful.
I
That's
feel
kind of-
uncomfortable.
that's
Let's
how
end
we
it
like
there.
to get people. That's where we aim to get them by the end of
Yeah.
our podcast. We've actually made a lot of people cry.
We're gonna
So,
start a cry count.
Wow.
I think I'm up to about 5.
Wow. In just in them sharing their stories.
Just asking questions.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we make people feel safe.
I don't, yeah.
British people don't have tear ducts.
We don't have feelings. No, we do have
that's
feelings.
fair.
We're just a bit more reserved.
We just bottle them.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, we're gonna start a cry count and
Wow.
then add it.
5. And that's
Like
like,
a mugshot kind of.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just say thank you to you both for a number of reasons. Yeah. But thank you for saying hi in the first place. Thanks for somehow, I think eventually agreeing to be my friend.
Somehow,
Thank you for the cat. But no, thank you for doing what you do. It's so incredible. It's so incredible. And of all the places I've been fortunate to go, I've never heard of anything like this in my life. And it blows me away. Just what you're able to do and how you're able to change people's lives. So many people's lives as well. It's so, I don't know if there's something out there that's this impactful. Whether it's being part of it and seeing it, or the direct result of like here, and you can see that, you know, so immediately directly impact a family or a group of people or a person or whatever. So
That's cool.
yeah, thank you guys.
Very encouraging.
Yeah, thank you.
Because again, we're like, what are we doing? We didn't go to school for this.
I was thinking about that this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Considering you guys have no notes. I don't know how it works.
Somehow we have like negative notes.
You have negative notes.
We keep burning notes that people give us.
Imagine if you had notes. Is that what you're doing
Imagine
with them?
People are giving us files and we light them on fire, apparently.
That's what that is in the corner.
Yeah, it's just like
Just ignore that.
like a burning
Don't look at
trash can full of notes. Yeah,
Imagine with notes.
Well,
Yeah.
before we head out, another shout out to Christine Avery with Realty Group Realty One Group Leading Edge. It's such a difficult name for me. If you guys are looking to buy or sell a home in Lynchburg or Richmond, we have the girl for you. Everything will be linked in the description below. We're also going to put Marcus's podcast links in the description below if you want to hear some more of what he does and who he is.
Or hear his voice.
This is
Or
enough.
if you miss him,
You probably won't. This is probably
probably going to miss him dearly
We'll
immediately.
check in to
so
see if he
there's-
gets a cat.
They're
We're
like,
checking to
this,
see if he
it's a
gets a cat.
miracle that I've gotten this far through the episode, Marcus. Let's be real.
Marku.
Well, thank you. I was going to say that. Thank you, Marku,
Thanks.
for everything today.
Should never have brought that up.
I like it. Anyways,
Bloody Chick-fil-A people. Thanks.
God's
it was
chicken.
their
For
pleasure. Yeah.
nothing.
We'll see you guys next time.